Your ABC fake news.
Mr. President,
Brian, please.
First of all,
I
congratulations.
don't take questions from ABC fake news. After what you did with Stephanopoulos to the Vice President of the United States, I don't take questions from ABC fake news. Brian, go ahead.
Oh, Nene. President Trump has entered the fray, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you're going to love this. Are you ready? Are you ready to feel good? Are you ready to feel amazing after the guy has ended 9 conflicts in a row? He's reoriented us ourselves on the global stage. He's closed the border. He's made crime again. He's helping citizens. He's helping lower gas prices. He's helping the economy. Now he absolutely torches the woke ABC Slopadopoulos network that actually had the audacity to cut off the vice president, JD Vance. If you missed the video that we did over the weekend, I'm going to share this, just a really, really quick clip just to refresh your memory. And then I've got so much good stuff to share with you. His press conference today with Javier Milei was vintage President Trump. The American people have spoken. I'll let you know where you can get one of these awesome original hats as well. Holy macadamia nut. It is just absolutely out of this world. First, here is the clip.
I don't know what tape you're referring to, George. I saw media reports that Tom Homan accepted a bribe. There's no evidence of that. And here's, George, why fewer and fewer people watch your program and why you're losing credibility. Because you're talking for now 5 minutes with the Vice President of the United States about this story regarding Tom Homan, a story that I've read about, but I don't even know the video that you're talking about. Meanwhile, low-income women can't get food because the Democrats and Chuck Schumer have shut down the government. Right now, we're trying to figure out how to pay our troops because Chuck Schumer has shut down the government. You are focused on a bogus story. You're insinuating criminal wrongdoing against a guy who has done nothing wrong instead of focusing on the fact that our country is struggling because our government's shut down. Let's talk about the real issues, George. I think the American people would benefit much more from that than from you going down some weird left-wing rabbit hole where the facts clearly show that Tom Homan didn't engage in any criminal wrongdoing.
It's not a weird left-wing rabbit hole. I didn't insinuate anything. I asked you whether Tom Homan accepted $50,000, as was heard on an audio tape recorded by the FBI in September 2024, and you did not answer the question. Thank you for your time this morning.
No,
Well,
George, I said that I don't.
Up next, we'll be right back.
Oh my God, I hate these people so much. They are so, I mean, I don't like to hate. I really don't like to hate, but that look, that venomous, self-important, self-righteous, narcissistic, look down your nose look. Remember, this guy worked for the worst affliction that ever happened to America, Obama. I've got something to share about Obama, too, that's going to knock your socks off. Just stick around for that, too. But isn't it so typical of these Democrats? Anytime you shove it in their face that they are nothing but hypocrites, liars, deceptive, cheaters, fraudsters, they get angry. And they come up with all sorts of whataboutisms, and they try to deflect, and they try to glom onto any little thing they can. I mean, Vance was completely right. It's a complete left-wing rabbit hole. Tom Homan, the guy who's literally saving American lives, risking his own life every single day. This guy should have statues in front of universities instead of people like George Floyd and Letitia Big Shame James and people like that. This guy should be honored. He should have his own day of remembrance, just like Charlie Kirk, because we love you, Charlie. God bless you. And look what they do to him. They're just trying to find anything they can. Remember, folks, I know these people. I've worked with them. They're academics in sheep's clothing. Academics are worthless. They've destroyed this country. Obama is the perfect poster child of what academia produces. Radical, leftist, Marxist, Leninist, anti-American, corrupt individuals who want nothing more than just to retain power and forget the constitutional democratic republican principles and values that this country was founded on, and just say, we know what's good for you. Just sit back and shut up. We'll take care of everything. Just like they did in the 2024 election when they anointed Kami Kamala without a single primary vote. That's what they think of you. That's what they think of me. And they also think we're idiots. They think we're stupid. You've got Hakeem, Schumer, Ghetto Crockett. They're all, oh, well, you guys are in control of the House and the Senate and the executive branch. It's your shutdown. They think we're idiots. when they know full well this moron, Tim Kaine, I just attacked him on X, says, well, you guys have control of all three branches, so obviously it's a Republican shutdown. They know that we need 60 Senate votes from you Democrats. They know that, but they lie shamelessly to their followers. Anyway, don't get me started. I'll go off on that for hours. I want to share something else that JD Vance brought up that was so poignant. He mentions we're trying to find a way to pay our troops. And President Trump actually says, I've got a way, and he's doing it. And Pocahontas is mad about it, as well as other people. And he comments on that too. I mean, he's in vintage form. And I'm going to show you the clip where he really dedicates time to defending JD Vance and smoking ABC. But first, check this out.
You have the money to pay the troops on October 15th? Okay. How is
I actually have a man who is a very wealthy person, you'll know that when I tell you this, who called a donor, a great gentleman, and he said, if there's any money necessary, shortfall, for the paying of the troops, then I will pay it, meaning he will pay it. How about that? I said, look, we're not going to need it. We're going to take care of our troops, but this was a position that's being forced upon us by Democrats.
And the fact that we have to try to get private citizens to pay for this because Democrats are so absolutely hell-bent on protecting criminals and getting them health care while everyday Americans suffer, it's so atrocious. I mean, they should all be fired. They should all be terminated. They should all face prosecution from the DOJ. They are the terrorist organization within. Here's Trump talking about Pocahontas as Secretary Bessent brings up that whole fact. Watch this. This is so good.
Been criticized by a couple of American Peronists like Senator Warren. And you know, she and
That's a compliment.
Yeah.
She has no idea what she's doing. She's a nasty, horrible senator. Go ahead. Other than that, I like her very much.
He says, other than that, I love her. I got nothing wrong. He's just so good. It gets better. It gets better. I'm telling you, I just absolutely love this guy. So this was just to give you a little bit of some context here. This was the meeting with Javier Milei, the president of Argentina. MAGA, make Argentina great again. And he just takes questions like he always does. And he's very, very honest. He's very upfront. And here he is responding to the truth about the Democrat shutdown. And I've got so much more to share with you. Come on back.
Honestly, can I put it in plain words for you? And you're a smart guy, so you all understand, but a lot of people don't. The Democrats are getting killed on the shutdown because we're closing up programs that are Democrat programs that we were opposed to. So we're being able, and they're never going to come back in many cases. So we're being able to do things that we were unable to do before. So we're closing up programs that are Democrat programs that we wanted to close up or that we never wanted to happen, and now we're closing them up. And we're not going to let them come back. The Democrats are getting killed. That's why they keep the government closed. They have a shutdown based on nonsense. They want to give away think of it, they want to give away $1.5 trillion to people that come into the country illegally. And as you know, the borders now are closed. But when they hear that they get the greatest health care package in the world and they have no money, but they're living okay in another country, they head up and they start forming caravans and they try and come into our country. But the big problem is they want to give health care to people that should not get health care. They want to give health care to illegal immigrants by the millions. Look at Gavin Newsom, what he's done. He's ruined California, gives health care to anybody. And I guess they do it for votes. I actually think it's bad politics, but I guess they do it for votes.
Oh, Mr. President, that is definitely why they're doing it. That is definitely why this Prop 50 needs to be absolutely obliterated and buried, because that's exactly what Newsom wants to do. He wants to gerrymander. He wants to essentially cheat, and he wants to make California blue for decades when most California taxpayers and hardworking citizens like myself are sick and tired of it. That's why this Obama endorsement is so insidious and just absolutely atrocious. But, I think one thing that is worth mentioning here really quickly, this guy for the past 48 hours. I don't even know if he sleeps. He has gone to Gaza, to Israel, speech, meeting, met hostages, met families, flew all the way back, 20-hour flight, 10-hour, 18-hour flight, God knows what, met with Javier Milei, gave Charlie Kirk a Presidential Medal of Freedom in National Remembrance Day for Charlie Kirk. I'm wearing the Freedom shirt. We were live earlier today. And he just looks good. He looks amazing. Doesn't he look good? The man is a machine. He works ceaselessly for our country. I mean, Biden took the most vacation days out of any president. This guy was rotting like a vegetable in the sun on the beach for the majority of his presidency, which is why we had the worst 4 years this country's ever seen. Oh, we're so lucky, America. Speaking of his overseas trip, a lot of people, especially people like Ghetto Crockett and the rest of them, have been questioning this peace deal. Listen to what Trump says about Hamas and saying if they don't disarm, oh, trust me, they will when a reporter dares to question him. Watch.
They're going to disarm, and because they said they were going to disarm. And if they don't disarm, we will disarm them.
How will you do that?
I don't have to explain that to you. But if they don't disarm, we will disarm them. They know I'm not playing games.
Oh, God, I just love it when he tells these people, look, they're going to disarm. Well, how are you going to make him do that? I don't need to tell you that. Don't you worry about it. I'm going to take care of everything like he always does. He's always been right about everything. He's always followed through on every single promise. How many executive orders has this guy signed? He got men out of women's sports. He closed the border. He's now going to introduce tariffs, which are building wealth, which potentially could cut the IRS completely, abolishing the IRS. He's making crime again. He's allowing law enforcement to enforce the law. It's just amazing. Everything he said he was going to do, he's done. And not only that, on top of everything, 9-10 wars and conflicts he's ended in a row. And you're not going to give this guy the Nobel Peace Prize? Shame on you. Here is the clip of President Trump talking about ABC and Slopadopoulos and what they did to JD Vance. Check this out.
But I just want to say it's a pleasure to be with you, and we're going to have lunch, and we'll take a couple of questions from the news, and I'm sure they'll be extremely non-hostile and friendly. Like JD went through a very friendly interview with George Slopadopoulos, who was nice enough to pay me $16 million the last time we came. He had to pay $16 million to me, which was good. It was worth having somebody lie. If you get $16 million, that's good. But JD had a very nasty person interviewing him, and we can't let that happen. Just as inappropriate to cut off a highly respected vice president of the United States mid-sentence. I guess it's one way to win an argument. That was the only way he was going to win the argument. So it was pretty inappropriate. I want to tell you that.
Absolutely, Mr. President. And you're being as humble and polite and cordial as you always are. I mean, I wouldn't be that cordial, I don't think, which is why I'm not president. I wouldn't be running for president. But can you imagine if the shoe was on the other foot? By the way, has there ever been any reporter, any broadcaster, any network cutting off the number 2 of the most powerful, amazing, beautiful, glorious country man has ever known? Has that ever happened? Imagine if Fox cut off Kamala Harris viciously and maliciously like Slopadopoulos did. What do you think the coverage would entail? How many networks would be blasting every single day? You would see that clip ad infinitum, ad nauseum, until it made your stomach turn. You would memorize that clip because they would blast it 24/7. But of course, when it's on the other foot, it doesn't matter. Speaking of the Nobel Peace Prize, this was a beautiful gesture. Javier Milei offering President Trump a golden sealed letter of why he thinks he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. Check this out.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much.
And when he did this letter, Mr. President, your settlement in the Middle East wasn't done. So we have to do a new letter
Let's do it.
to include a gap, because this is a very important.
You'll have to add one extra sentence.
Exactly.
That's great. Thank you very much. This is such a beautiful statement. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
So that was a framed letter from Javier nominating President Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize as I think he deserves. If you think he deserves it, ending 8-9 conflicts in a row, give me a yes in the comments down below, or just give me a no. The last thing I want to share with you is I'm not going to even share the video because it's disgusting and I can't stand the sight of him. I literally think he is the beginning, the catalyst of the major division, sowing hate, sowing racial animus more than any other human being thing alive. But Obama now wants California to vote yes on 50, as if you needed any more proof. And this is the same guy who went on Mark Maron's podcast and said, I'm shocked at President Trump's political weaponization of the DOJ when they tried to debank, smear, bankrupt, imprison, try, assassinate President Trump during a major election cycle. And Tulsi Gabbard discovered actual hard, concrete evidence that you, divider-in-chief, Barack Hussein Obama, were the architect of the Russia collusion hoax. You ordered your then CIA director, Brennan, to fabricate the Steele dossier, to fabricate intelligence that there was some sort of collusion with Putin. None of it was true. All of it was false. That is treason. Those are acts of sedition. And I hope to God your day is coming very soon. I can't wait to get your thoughts on everything that we covered today. We're so lucky, America. Tap that thumbs up if you love America, because I know you do. It doesn't cost you a thing. You could even do it on your remote with your remote control. If you're watching this on TV or whatever device you're watching it, just tap that thumbs up. It helps us out immeasurably. Leave me a comment. Let me know where you're joining from. What city, what state, what country. I love hearing from you guys. Let me know where you're joining and where you're watching this from. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here. Just in case you missed them, tap my face right here to subscribe. It's free. Just tap my face to subscribe and follow. It's absolutely free. Turn on all notifications. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.